fellow friends of YouTubers. This is Kurt, and welcome back to the Kurt's Place channel here on the YouTube. Well, guys, I'm back down here in my basement arcade for another unboxing video for you. Now, this time we're going to be unboxing the My Arcade Miss Pacman Pocket Player handheld little game system here. This is a really neat thing I saw on one of the channels that I wanted to go ahead and get and also review for you here as well, so you can get a chance to see what this looks like. We're going to check out what's inside the box. Then I'll show you some screen images and things as well. Now, I want to mention, I've had some people ask me about, whether or not I'm going to be putting more pinball videos and things on the channel. Yes, I just put some new visual pinball videos up on the channel. If you want to check those out, just go to my channel, look under visual pinball gameplay, and you can actually check out some different visual pinball machines I put up there. There's also one called the Skeletal Pinball Machine video that actually will tell you how I built the Skeletal Pinball Machine. You're actually seeing these games being played on as well. So if you want to get a chance to check those out, now those are on my channel now as well. I have a couple pinballs up already. All right, so let's go and begin. I'm going to go ahead and show you all the different angles of the box, and then we'll actually begin unboxing the My Arcade Pocket Player Miss Pacman. You can see the box and everything's really good. I love the way that they have. I love the way that they do the packaging and things on these too. You know, I love like the logo and everything they have on the side here. Really, really cool stuff. I love the way that they do that. You know. Then they have the instructions and things on the side here. And then I love the way they have the ghosts and everything on the side here. So I always love the way they did the packaging for the Pocket Players. Really cool stuff here too. Now this is going to be the back of the box. Now you're going to notice on this here, the list price on this was $39.99. Now I actually got this on sale for. I was able to get this on sale for $29.99 at one of the local malls I went to. I believe the store I went to was called FYE. I believe it's For Your Entertainment. I was actually able to get this on sale for $30. I don't know how much these regularly cost, but I thought $30 was a pretty good deal for this little thing because, in fact, I think it's a really novel idea, and I love the way that they put this together too. So I'll go and give you a close-up here of the box here too. Now, one thing that's really cool too about this too, if you flip this around to the front, and this is one of the things I love about the My Arcade packaging, there's a little flap here, and you can actually pick this up, this little flap here, open this up, and it actually gives you a description of all the games. These are the different games that this plays. It plays Miss Pacman, Sky Kid, and Mappy. And one of the reasons I wanted to get this little player is I love Miss Pacman and I love Mappy, and I played Sky Kid a couple times too. Really, really cool stuff. And then they have this right here. Really, really neat packaging the way they did this. All right, let's go ahead and open up and have a look and see what's inside. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to keep this. I love the packaging so much. I'm actually going to keep this box down here on my game room wall. Love the packaging too. So I already pre-opened this just to be careful that I don't cause any problems tearing the edges or anything on the box. So let's have a look inside. You can see how nicely packaged this is. You know, really, really nice packaging job. All right, so we're going to go and put this off to the side. Now inside here you have a little instruction manual. This tells you things. This tells you things such as how to do your game settings and other things like that on here as well. It also tells you, it also shows you like where the battery compartment and everything is, and where you put the batteries and everything. Tells you how to do the different functions. Like it also shows you the description, it shows you where the on-off button is. It shows you, where the reset button is. And what's really neat about this unit is, let me go to the English portion so I can show you. All right, one second, let me find that for you. Yeah, what's really cool about this, too, is this does have a feature where if you don't want to use batteries, okay, it does accept batteries. There is a battery compartment on the back on here. If you have a 5-volt in, there's actually a 5-volt in here on the back of the unit here. You can actually use a 5-volt cable to actually power this if you don't want to use the batteries. But if you do want to use batteries, it does have batteries as well. It takes 2 batteries in here, as you're going to see right here. So let's go and have a look at it and see what it looks like. See, and this is what I love. I love the way they package this. Really, really cool stuff. They have the little cover and everything here. All right, so here's the unit itself. Let's have a look at that. Now, one thing I like too about this is I love the fact that this actually comes with a little lanyard for your hand. This is one thing I really love. Love the packaging on this little thing too. You can see we have a front here too. You know, you have an A and a B button. Now, one thing I'm curious about is I really like the way too they incorporated some of the artwork into the game. Like they have the Miss Pac-Man here, the title here, and then they have the little logo here too, and then they have the lines and everything too. And I love the color of this too. Really, really cool stuff. And here's the back. And it actually tells you it actually tells you. And one really cool thing too is it actually tells you the instructions for each of the games is actually in the back here. Really, really cool here how it tells you how to actually control the games. Really, really neat stuff here. Very, very nice, nicely put together unit. On the top of the unit, here you actually have, this is the on-off here. This turns the unit on and off here. This is where your 5-volt cable will go in here if you want to use 5 volts to power it. Then this is going to be the volume up and volume down here. This is to control your volume. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Now there's a little sticker on here. You actually have to peel off here to expose the screen. This is actually on here, so let's go ahead and take this off. All right, well, so I'm going to go ahead now and put the batteries in. Let's go and put the batteries in the unit and see how that works. Now on the back of the unit, there's going to be 2 panels here. What you do is you hold your finger down here and then you basically press down on this, and what it does is it unlocks the panel. And the same thing on the other side, and unlocks the panel. And what you're going to do is it's actually going to take 4 AAA batteries. We're actually going to put them in here, in the side, 2 in here and 2 in here. Now remember, if you don't want to use AAA batteries, there is a spot here for a 5-volt cable you can actually plug in here if you want to use 5 volts, like a computer type cable, you can actually plug in here. I'm actually going to go ahead and put the batteries in here because I want to be able to show this to my friends and stuff too. So I'm going to go and put the batteries in here now too. I'm not sure how long the batteries will last. That's another thing I'm curious to see, how long the batteries actually last. All right, so let's go and put the cover back on, and then this just sits in place and clips in place. And same thing here, just like that. And then on the top, and then like I was saying, you have let's go ahead and power it up and see what it looks like. And then on the unit here, you have a start. You actually have a start. There's a start button here, and then there's a reset button here. And then this is the game menu that actually shows you the 3 games. You have Mappy, Sky Kid, and Miss Pac-Man. 3 really cool games. Well, I'll show you a little gameplay from each of these. Now, the one thing to keep in mind, you're going to see when I bring this up, the one thing to keep in mind on these games is these are not the original arcade versions of these games. These are actually the NES versions of these games. Still very, very fun though. Now that was one of the things that I knew when I got. I always liked the NES versions of the games. I always thought they were pretty good too. I always enjoyed them. So let's go. And I'll show you a little bit of gameplay on Miss Pac-Man. Then we'll actually go ahead and I'll show you a little play on the other games as well. Let's begin. I'll turn the volume up a little bit. Now, one thing that's really cool is I do like the fact that this little D-pad here. This is actually pretty responsive. It actually does a pretty good job here on this. It's actually pretty responsive, which is really neat. So there you go. So there's Miss Pac-Man. You can see really, really cool game. All right, let's check out another game. Now, what we do if we want to go to a different game, we hold the reset button down, and what it'll do is the reset button will bring us back to the main menu. All right, let's check out some Sky Kid. Really, really neat. And the screen resolution is actually really good on this too. And the speakers are not bad. You know, the sound is actually pretty good too. So you can see pretty neat little unit. Really good. And like I said, pretty responsive too. All right, let's go and check out one other game. Let's check out the last game. Let's check out Mappy. And that's what I was saying about this game. A really, really fun little game. I consider this more like a little bit more of a novelty, but it's one of those things that I love. Being the fact I love arcade games and things like that, this just seemed like it would have a home in my arcade collection too. Let's begin some Mappy. Now the Mappy is really cool too, and I'll tell you, the graphics are actually pretty good on Mappy. They're actually not bad at all. So there you go. So you can see, really, really neat little unit. So there you go, guys. So there it is. So really, really cool stuff. And then you can also, by hitting the start button, you can also pause the game too, which I like too. You can actually pause it, which is kind of nice too, being able to do that too. All right, guys. So there you go. So there's the review. Let me go and hit the reset button. So there you go. So there's the review of the My Arcade Miss Pac-Man Pocket Player review. Really, really cool stuff. Now, one thing that's kind of cool is they have more than one version of this. This is actually the Miss Pac-Man version, but in the actual guidebook, if you actually look in here, I think they show you in here. Let me see. See if they show you the other versions. Let's check real quick in here. I'll see if they do. Let's see. Yeah, in this book here, they don't show you that. They don't. Yeah, actually, let me see. It might be in there. Maybe there's a. Yeah, I think there might. Let's see if there's a card in here with that on it. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Yeah, here's the actual. Here's another thing too. Really cool thing too. They actually have a little book in here, and it actually shows you all the different types of players and things that they have here. This is really, really neat packaging here that they have here. This actually shows you all the different games and things that they have to offer here. Like you can see, they have Burger Time, that like the little mini versions. You know, they have Burger Time, Bad Dudes, Karate Champ, Caveman Ninja, Heavy Barrel. Okay, those are the Data East classic titles. Then they have the Bandai Namco titles here. You know, they have Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Galaga, Miss Pac-Man, Mappy, Galaxian, Rolling Thunder, and then they have a Coming Soon. And then they have the Tato classic titles. Bubble Bobble, Elevator Action, and then they have Coming Soon. Really, really nice packaging. As you know, it says collect them all. Now, I haven't tried these units out, but I can tell you they do have these units available as well at the store that I went to. These were retailing for about $30 to $40 each when I looked at them. Oh yeah, well, I wanted to add one thing onto this video too, but I forgot to show you that on this actual thing, there's actually two sides to this, guys. I didn't realize that. When I flip it over, you have more games in the back here too. Now this actually shows all the different pocket player games they have. You know, like Pac-Man, and it shows you games like Pac-Man, and it shows you the Pac-Man Pocket Player has Pac-Man, Pac-Panic, and Pac-Mania. The Miss Pac-Man Pocket Player has Miss Pac-Man, Mappy, Sky Kid. The Galaga Pocket Player has Galaga, Galaxian, and Xevious. The Dig Dug Pocket Player has Dig Dug 2, and the Tower of Draga. And then they also have the Bubble Bobble collection. The Bubble Bobble Pocket Player has Bubble Bobble, Bubble Bobble Part 2, and Rainbow Islands, the story of Bubble Bobble 2. Really, really cool stuff. And then they have they call it the, it almost looks like a Pokemon, but they actually call it Pon Poke Pon Pocket Player has Don Doko Don, Don Doko Don 2, Kraken Pop. And then the last one, then the last two are Bases Loaded. It has Bases Loaded 1 through 4. Racket Attack, Goal, and Hoops. And then the last one is All-Star Stadium Pocket Player has Goal, Rocket Attack, Bases Loaded 1 through 4, and Hoops. Really, really cool stuff. So you can see they have a whole family of these little pocket players here. Really neat. Basically one for every type of taste that you have. Now, I don't plan on collecting all of these, but the Miss Pac-Man one I certainly love. And I'll tell you guys, they really do make a nice product. My hat's off to My Home Arcade for making a wonderful product. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great day now. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now. See you next time.